Have you ever experienced that persistent itch that just won't go away? The one that has you scratching frantically at odd hours, leaving you frustrated and uncomfortable? Well, if you're over 60, those mysterious itchy spots might be more than just a minor annoyance. They could actually be warning signs that your body is desperately trying to communicate something serious. Today, I am going to reveal 4 specific itchy locations on your body that medical professionals are now recognizing as potential indicators of underlying health conditions that could be silently reducing your lifespan. What's truly alarming is that most people dismiss these symptoms as simply part of aging, a dangerous misconception that might cost you years of your life. Most people reach for anti-itch creams and move on with their day. But what if I told you that simple itch could be your body's urgent SOS? The human body is an incredibly sophisticated system, constantly communicating with us through various signals and symptoms. As we age, our body's communication methods become more subtle, yet potentially more critical to our longevity. Those seemingly innocent itchy patches might actually be red flags for conditions that commonly affect people over 60. Conditions that, if left untreated, could significantly reduce your quality of life and even shorten your lifespan. The first concerning itchy spot is your lower legs and ankles. This isn't just dry skin or a reaction to your new laundry detergent. Persistent itching in this area, especially if accompanied by redness, swelling, or discoloration, could indicate peripheral vascular disease, PVD, a circulation disorder that causes narrowing of blood vessels in areas outside your heart and brain, particularly your leg. When blood vessels become narrow or blocked, blood flow decreases to affected areas. The reduced circulation means less oxygen reaches your skin and tissue, triggering that maddening itch. But here's the serious part. PVD shares risk factors with coronary artery disease, and people with PVD have a significantly higher risk of heart attack, stroke, and even premature death. Dr. Elizabeth Warren, a vascular specialist at Northwestern Memorial Hospital, explains, "Many patients come to me complaining about itchy legs and assume it's just dry skin related to aging. They're often shocked to learn that their itchy ankles are actually a symptom of potentially serious vascular issues that could lead to major cardiovascular events if not addressed." The second concerning itchy location is your upper back, between your shoulder blades. This hard-to-reach spot might be itching for reasons far more significant than an inability to scratch it properly. Persistent itching in this area, especially if it intensifies at night or is accompanied by a rash that doesn't respond to typical treatments, could indicate a condition called neuropathic itch. Neuropathic itch occurs when there's damage to the nervous system rather than from skin irritation. For adults over 60, this type of nerve damage in the upper back region can be associated with spinal problems, including degenerative disc disease, spinal stenosis, or even early signs of conditions like multiple sclerosis or shingles before the characteristic rash appears. The nerves that exit your spine in the upper and mid-back region serve much of your torso, explains neurologist Dr. James Chen. When these nerves are compressed or damaged, they can send incorrect signals that your brain interprets as itching. What's concerning is that these nerve issues can progress to more severe problems affecting mobility and overall health if the underlying cause isn't addressed. The third worrisome itchy area affects your hands and feet, particularly if the itching is intense and accompanied by a burning sensation. This specific symptom combination could be signaling diabetic neuropathy, a serious complication of diabetes that involves nerve damage. For many people over 60, this could be the first indication of undiagnosed type 2 diabetes or prediabetes, conditions that dramatically increase your risk of heart disease, stroke, kidney failure, and premature death. What's particularly alarming is that many seniors attribute these symptoms to poor circulation or just getting older and never mention them to their doctor. Diabetic neuropathy often begins with itching and burning sensations in the extremities, notes endocrinologist Dr. Susan Park. By the time patients experience these symptoms, they may have already had elevated blood sugar levels for years, silently damaging their vascular system. This damage is cumulative and can significantly reduce life expectancy if left unchecked. The final and perhaps most concerning itchy location is generalized itching across your entire body with no visible rash or obvious external cause. This condition, called pruritus, can be especially troubling when it develops after age 60 with no prior history of skin problems. Wait, I know what you're thinking. It's just dry skin, right? I just need better lotion. That's exactly what Martha T., a 68-year-old retired teacher from Ohio, thought. Her persistent itching started gradually, just a mild irritation at first. She tried every moisturizer on the market. Nothing helped. When Martha finally mentioned it to her doctor during a routine checkup, blood tests revealed something shocking. Her mysterious itching was actually a symptom of primary biliary cholangitis, a progressive liver disease that was silently destroying her liver function. I had no idea that itching could be connected to my liver, Martha shared. I always thought liver problems would cause more obvious symptoms like jaundice or pain. Finding out that my itchy skin was actually my body crying out for help was terrifying, but also life-saving. If I hadn't mentioned it during that appointment, who knows how much further the disease would have progressed before being caught. Martha's experience isn't unusual. Generalized itching, especially when it's intense and doesn't respond to topical treatments, can signal serious internal issues, including liver disease, where the buildup of bile salts under the skin causes intense itching; kidney disease, where waste products that would normally be filtered out build up in your bloodstream; certain types of cancer, particularly lymphoma, leukemia, and multiple myeloma; thyroid disorders that affect your metabolic rate and skin health. Each of these conditions can significantly reduce lifespan if left untreated, yet many people continue to scratch away, assuming their itching is merely an annoying part of getting older. But here's where things get really interesting. The connection between these itchy spots and longevity isn't just about the underlying medical conditions they might indicate. Recent research suggests that chronic inflammation, which often manifests as itching, might itself be directly linked to accelerated aging and shorter lifespan. A groundbreaking study published in the Journal of Gerontology found that persistent inflammatory responses in the body can accelerate telomere shortening. Telomeres are the protective caps on our chromosomes that naturally shorten as we age. When they become too short, cells can no longer divide properly, leading to tissue damage and the physical manifestations of aging. This means that the itching you're experiencing might not just be signaling another condition. The inflammatory process causing that itch could itself be speeding up your body's aging clock at the cellular level. Monsieur de Michael Roisan, Chief Wellness Officer at Cleveland Clinic, put it bluntly. Many people think of symptoms like chronic itching as merely annoying, but they should be viewed as your body's check engine light. Ignoring these signals doesn't make the underlying problem go away, it just gives it more time to cause potentially irreversible damage. Now, before you panic about every little itch, there's something crucial you need to understand. Not all itching is sinister. Occasional itching caused by dry skin, contact with irritants, or allergic reactions remains the most common cause of itching at any age. The key difference lies in the pattern, persistence, and specific location of your itching. The concerning itchy spots we've discussed share certain red flags that distinguish them from ordinary itching. They persist for more than 2 weeks, despite using moisturizers and avoiding irritants. They may intensify at night, disrupting your sleep. They might not have any visible rash or skin changes. They don't respond to over-the-counter anti-itch treatments. They appear in specific locations associated with certain health conditions. They may be accompanied by other subtle symptoms you hadn't connected. But here's the twist that most health articles won't tell you. These itchy spots don't guarantee you have a serious underlying condition. In fact, for many people, addressing these symptoms early leads to discovering easily treatable issues before they become life-threatening. Take Robert G., a 73-year-old retired accountant who noticed persistent itching on his lower legs. Instead of dismissing it as age, dry skin, he mentioned it during his annual physical. His doctor ordered vascular studies that revealed moderate peripheral artery disease. With early intervention, including medication, exercise therapy, and dietary changes, Robert was able to improve his circulation, eliminate the itching, and significantly reduce his risk of serious cardiovascular events. I came in concerned about an itch and ended up potentially adding years to my life, Robert recalls. My doctor said that if we had caught this 5 years later, I might have been facing amputation or worse. This brings us to the most important point of all. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your health after 60. Understanding the potential significance of these itchy spots empowers you to be proactive about your health in ways that can literally extend your life. The truth is, many of the conditions these itchy spots might signal are highly responsive to early intervention. Peripheral vascular disease can be managed with medication and lifestyle changes. Pre-diabetes can often be reversed with proper diet and exercise. Liver and kidney issues can frequently be stabilized if caught early enough. Even some of the more serious possible causes, like certain lymphomas, have much better prognosis when identified in their early stages. This is precisely why paying attention to seemingly minor symptoms like persistent itching can make such a dramatic difference in your longevity and quality of life after 60. It's not about fearfully scrutinizing every bodily sensation. It's about being an informed advocate for your own health. Dr. Jessica Williams, a geriatric specialist at Mayo Clinic, emphasizes this point. The relationship between patients and their bodies often changes after 60. There's a tendency to attribute new symptoms to just getting older rather than recognizing them as potentially important signals. The patients who fare best in their 70s, 80s and beyond are those who maintain healthy attention to changes in their bodies without becoming anxious about them. So what should you do if you're experiencing persistent itching in any of these 4 key areas? Here's your action plan. First, document your symptoms. Note when the itching occurs, how long it lasts, what makes it better or worse, and any other symptoms that might accompany it. This information will be invaluable to your healthcare provider. Second, schedule an appointment specifically to discuss these symptoms. Don't just mention them as an afterthought during a visit for something else. Make it clear that this is a concern you want thoroughly evaluated. Third, ask your doctor about appropriate screening tests based on your symptoms. This might include blood work to check liver and kidney function, blood glucose levels, complete blood counts, or referrals for specialized testing like vascular studies or dermatological examination. Fourth, follow through with the recommended testing and follow-up appointments. Early detection only works if you complete the diagnostic process and begin any necessary treatment. Finally, implement the preventive measures and lifestyle modifications recommended by your healthcare team. Often the same approaches that help manage these conditions, like regular exercise, balanced nutrition, stress management, and adequate hydration, also support overall longevity. Remember, your body's whispers today prevent its screams tomorrow. Those itchy spots might just be the early warning system that helps you enjoy many more healthy, active years ahead. So, the next time you reach for that anti-itch cream, pause and consider whether your body might be trying to tell you something more important. Your future self may thank you for listening. Have you experienced persistent itching in any of these areas? This could be the most important conversation you have with your doctor this year. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more potentially life-saving health information and hit that notification bell so you never miss our weekly health alerts. Your health journey matters to us. Let's navigate it together.